Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope that you're having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for being here, for clicking on this video. I figured I'd do a little bit of something different.
Let's do something different.
Today I figured I would give you my top 5 Steve Hackett moments in Genesis. Now, at this point, I've heard every album and song, as far as I know, with Steve Hackett in Genesis, so I figured I'll just give you guys my top 5 moments. Naturally, I want to know your top 5 moments from Mr. Hackett, so let me know those in the comments down below, because I'm sure that I'll have a few obvious ones, but maybe I'll have a few that aren't so obvious. So you guys let me know what you think, and we will go from there. And none of these will be in any particular order, unless I just happen to mention like one is like my,
my favorite.
So let's just get one of the most obvious ones out the way. Let's just get the solo from Firth of Fifth out the way. You guys know what's going to be on the list, so we might as well just put that one up at the front. It's the most easy and predictable choice I have. And yet, that solo is just absolutely mesmerizing. Of course, with the addition of such a high degree of bands such as Genesis behind Steve Hackett, I mean, you gotta, you know what's coming. But just the way that he lets those notes soar, the way that it works so well within the music, the way the whole song just builds towards it. And you're waiting for that send-off, you're waiting for that reward, and Hackett gives you that reward. And it's huge. Listen to this, guys. And then I stopped it, but the constant waves of buildup. It's like giant tsunami tidal waves of melody that Hackett just washes the song with, and the way that it ebbs back and forth. And every time that it comes forth, it's bursting. It just shows just how melodically masterful he is when it comes to specifically solos, but of course the way that he approaches all of his guitar work. Brilliant. Brilliant and obvious choice. Got to get that one out the way. The next one, let's go to the Lamb. Let's go to the Lamb. We're going to take 2 off of the Lamb, okay? We're going to take another kind of obvious one. Fly on the Windshield. His solo after that big moment, you guys know the moment, but his solo afterwards, I think so easily and greatly shows his emotional technique. When he uses subtlety in those big moments to add atmosphere to the track, but then he also can rip it, right? He can also bring the hard stuff as well, that edge that's needed in a big moment like that. See, you hear him here adding a little more atmosphere alongside Tony as well. Right? You got that. And that's what I mean. He's building towards the atmosphere. He's building it with such great notes, such great tone out of the guitar as well. He has a good guitar feel. He has a certain magic that I don't think a lot of even high technicality and, highly regarded guitarists have. There's a certain feel you have to have. It's not about how many notes you can play, how many scales you know. He's got them. He's got that part down. And yet he uses it to the right effect. And I think he immediately satisfies in a song like Fly on the Windshield, because there's a big moment coming. The way the song builds up, it's coming. You feel something in the air, just as Rail does. And he doesn't disappoint when he finally explains what that is. Now, very, very similarly to Fly on a Windshield, we're going to go to the next track, which my next favorite Hackett moment is from Hairless Heart. Once again, off of The Lamb. Same exact reasons as Fly on a Windshield. Has that big moment. It's grandiose in some ways and yet incredibly mellow and atmospheric in other ways. But once again, it's Hackett that really brings it. And none of this is to downplay what the other members are doing. I'm just focused on Mr. Hackett. When you hear that, that's a gorgeous and rich opening. The way that he controls the volume, the way that he controls the pitch and the vibrato and just the vibes of the song. Once again, you can tell that it's building up to something. And even in the latter part of that particular track, he brings it back down again, And then switch. I think that is just gorgeous. I just love that kind of tone from Hackett. He has great power when he needs to be, but he's responsible with that power. He's like Spider-Man, right? Great power, great responsibility. He knows where to use that power. He uses it in just the right places.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Now, we're going to take it a few steps back. We're going to take it a few albums back and move forward into Nursery Crime. With Nursery Crime, there's a lot of choices we got, right? We got Musical Box. We have, well, what I'm going to choose, and that's the opening of, the giant hogweed. Listen, I think that the hogweed is one of the more underrated tracks in Genesis discography, especially amongst their older, more revered stuff to an extent. But I think it's the opening of the track that really sets it off, first of all. And while I'm not a guitarist myself, I believe that this is one of the examples we have of Hackett showing off the tapping technique. I mean, listen. Just that intro. And then of course you got bum bum ticka bum bum ticka ba da da da.
Not quite my tempo.
But the way it sets it up, I mean, he keeps on doing that throughout the intro of the song before Peter and the rest of the band comes in. But just the intro, immediately, it's eye-grabbing, I guess more ear-grabbing in this case. But regardless, it grabs your attention. I think it sets you up for the mood the rest of the track is going to take you. It's very, rocky, and you know it's coming. And it comes strong. See, even throughout here where Phil's going, and then, of course, we get into it. Yeah, but, I mean, it's about Hackett there. The setup, and then the spike. And then moving into my final favorite Hackett moment from his career in Genesis. I'm going to give it pretty much a whole song, if you don't mind. I mean, if you don't mind, We're going to give it to After the Ordeal, off of Selling England by the Pound. That classic, of which I just did a review of just a little while back. But After the Ordeal is everything. Everything. Classical guitar, of course, accompanied by Banks on the piano, but just that beautiful acoustic setup right there. I just love the way that, Banks is doing the runs on the piano back there, but the way that Hackett builds on top of it, it's almost a very pastoral quality, a very, not folky, but a little bit more of a down-to-earth quality here. And I think that that's something specifically that Hackett brought. He brought a certain heart to the music, a certain heart to the band. And it's a rich and gorgeous atmosphere here that's being built. To me, it reminds me of just being in the English countryside, enjoying the plains, the hills, the green, the shaded pastures around you. It really just feels like being outside and absorbing the sunlight. And then, of course, guys, this solo here. This song takes particular place after the Battle of Epping Forest, right? So after a battle, what would you expect? You expect, the survivors to pick up the dead. You expect, the ashes and the smoke is rising, but the fires are out. It's just a destitute kind of scenery that you get. The way that Hackett shows that in the beginning, show off the acoustic, but then as he moves into the electric, showing the power, this is one of his best works. There's sorrow in the mix. There's fought for and sought for glory from the previous battle, and yet none was found. Now there is only mourning, weeping, and crying. All these emotions solely from Steve.
Maybe the best thing ever.
Okay, I got two runner-ups. My first runner-up lies within the intro of Moonlit Night, once again off of Selling England. The way it gets into that melody that he starts off with, dun 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 dun. Just that little snippet, okay? Even when he's quiet and relaxed like that, that just has movement to it. Okay, that's why that one goes in my runner-up field. My next song that goes into my runner-up field is from Fountain of Salmacis, also off of Nursery Crime. I have high regard for Nursery Crime. But the break, that particular section where, once again, I believe he's tapping.
Just tap it in.
And it moves it into the last half of the song. That part is gorgeous and awesome and powerful and dynamic. This? Oh yeah, that's a bridge between two worlds, and he's about to take it to the next one. Anyways, this was just a really quick video. I really just wanted to make a video showcasing Hackett and what my personal top 5 moments were from him. And perhaps I will do, other videos for other members, of course. I would like to, but I want to see what you guys thought of this one first, I changed the angle. You can see a slightly different side of the room. My shirt's a little wrinkled, though. I don't know. I would love to know, actually, what are your top 5 favorite Hackett moments specifically? Let me know what you thought of the video in the comments down below. Of course, You can follow me on Twitter. You can support the channel on Patreon if you'd like to do that. Helps me get more videos and perhaps different videos out as well. But really, I just need your support and letting me know what you thought of this, because maybe we'll do more stuff like this. Also, I got merch. You can find that below. But seriously, have a great day. Thank you so much for being here. And I will hopefully talk to you tomorrow. Bye.